Okay, everybody, so welcome to my first uh, weekend market breakdown. I've already, unfortunately, I already made this video, but then I didn't record it. So now everything's got to be redone. Um, so we're just gonna go do a quick overview of it since I've redone this. So the first page that's coming up that we're gonna be watching will be AUD CAD. AUD CAD, we can kind of see um, like the trend in the market of where the direction of the market is going right now. And right now, we can see that from this from this end, November 9th started to trend to go all the way up on the high side. It ended at January 25th. We can kind of read the market how it ended. Um, the way it ended was broke of structure, created a trend, created a correction here. We can kind of see an impulse drop, right? Created a correction, then went to the downside. Now, when we see this structure, does that mean it wouldn't go up? No, absolutely not. We need to follow by commitment. And by doing so, we can kind of see AUD CAD continue to trend to the downside, continue to create corrections. So I wouldn't enter this. I would just wait for a commitment. And then I would say, okay, now it's trending, impulse, correction, continuation, followed by another correction, continuation. And I can be safe to say it would be followed by another correction. And if I were to bet on the long or short, I would 10 out of 10 times I would say to the downside. I wouldn't just say it would just magically started to trend back up. But you can kind of see um, on this end when it really started to go up, right? When it first started to go up, we want to say, okay, we know it's going to go to the upside direction. We want to see commitment, right? So when we understand the flow of the market, we also want to enter on a entry position. And right now, there's nothing that we're looking to enter. Entry precision is just as important as market direction. So we're just gonna wait for opportunities. It's something that we're gonna put on the list to look at. AUD CAD is gonna be on the list for us to monitor and see structure for entry. I've went over AUD Swiss. You can kind of see this side. We can kind of see AUD Swiss market direction. Right now, again, it's something that we're going to wait for opportunities to enter. Not something that I would just magically enter and just. And plus, AUD Swiss doesn't treat me that well, but we're still going to wait for opportunities. If I were to bet, I would say it would go down. But again, we need to wait for structure for entry positions. AUD CAD, if we look at AUD JPY, if we look at it on a high time scale, we can kind of see it's actually going up, right? We can kind of see this one right here, break of structure. It's actually a pretty good entry right here for buy opportunities. But again, anyways, we can kind of see where it's going, right? Impulse, correction, continuation, correction, continuation. Right now, it's more of a no man's zone that I wouldn't look to enter for commitment. It's something that I would just wait until it gets out of this zone. So let's say it gets out, right? Let's say it just break the top and it gets out. Then I would look for opportunities to buy, right? Right now, you can kind of see impulse, correction, continuation, correction, continuation, correction, continuation. And so the major thing we did was identify the market direction. Right, moving on quickly, we can kind of see a huge ascending channel here, and ascending channels usually can bring it all the way down to minimum. This where the correction started. So I would say if we see opportunities here, a flag, we will be looking to take it. More than happy to take it. But right now, we can kind of understand where it's going, but I want to see commitment. I want to see structure. Not commitment, but more of structure. I'll be looking to enter. We can kind of see it broke the top structure, and it's coming down. So not any entries that I'd be looking to enter, but more of opportunities. Same thing with AUD, USD. We can kind of see, so we can kind of see what's going on here, right? And what was going on here was that it was going to the upside. Going to the upside. But when we saw in this structure, right, a huge impulse to the downside, followed by a correction, we can kind of see it's committing it to go down, followed by a mini correction, continue to go down. And right now, I would say it's continuing to go down. So we will be looking for opportunities. We can kind of identify AUD USD is coming to the downside, and we'll be looking for opportunities. In this case, it's not something that we will enter right now, but again, we identify the direction of the market, and then we're going to have to continue to look for entry positions. Moving on, CAD Swiss. If we look at a high time frame, we can identify that CAD Swiss is just coming to the downside. But again, opportunities. We don't want to just enter, right? We could have just said, so for example, if we go play back to here, we understand that, right? If we read the market from all the way over here, we can kind of understand that CAD Swiss is coming to the downside, right? We need to have our go-to structure to say, okay, this is where I'm gonna go, this is my stop loss, and this is my TP. Right now in here, it looks good. Look, we can all agree that CAD Swiss is coming to the downside, right? We can kind of all see that. But if I just enter here, let's say this is pretty good entry. This looked like a pretty good entry anyways. And if we just enter here, let's say we enter here and our minimum is here. And if we don't know what we're doing and we just enter and say, okay, this is going to go to the downside. And so let's play it, right? This is just, I'm just showing how important entry precision is. It's just as important as market direction. So let's play it. Bam. Right? It went over, you're out. That's how important it is. You're out. But you're still right. You still know it's going to the downside, right? You're still right on the direction. It's just that your entry precision is just it didn't meet the criteria. So right now, what we're doing, we need to look for entry positions. We can identify the direction of the market. So moving on, I think this is going to go down. Maybe if it goes up, I'll probably take a if it goes up, if it does a 1, 2, 3, I'll probably take here. Give it about 35 to breathe. Taking 6%, about 6%, still more than enough. But okay, moving on. I I don't like how messy it is here. But anyways, moving on, you can kind of see CAD JPY. It looks like a reversal here. So what I would be looking for now is double top DT up here. If it goes up, I'll look for opportunities up here for a sell. But right now it looks like a wedge. See how CAD JPY plays out. Normal circumstance, it should be able to go up. Went all the way up here, it came down. Let's see how it plays out. I didn't like how there's like a double entry here, but let's just test it, right? Let's just test it. Same thing here, AUD, Euro AUD. You can kind of see a double top here. Had we seen here, double bottom here, we could have taken a 504 entry, which is like 14%. That's freaking insane. So EuroCAD, right? EuroCAD on the big scale, we can kind of see where it's going. Market direction is going up. But when it creates a huge correction like this, I wouldn't want to bet for entries because I've never tested 400 pips. So as far as this goes, I would look for continuations. So I will wait for breakout, and then when it breaks out, and then I wait for smaller opportunities where I can be assured that it's going to do a continuation to the upside. But right now, I would just wait, right? I would just wait for a breakout. When it breaks out, you see these smaller opportunities, easier entries. Euro JPY, right? Euro JPY, I still think it can go to the upside. Right now it's going down, but let's clean this up, right? Right here, you can kind of see something like that. If it comes down, if it goes up a little bit higher, and then let it play about 30 pips for SL, 4%. So here's my thing about Euro JPY. It's creating correction, which is really good. We don't like it when it creates a correction like this. So for example, let's remove this. We don't like it when it's creating a correction like this. Because when it creates a correction, it's kind of creating a flag and it's saying breakout, right? And when you enter here, it's just going to break out, hit TP, you lose capital. We more so of wanting what we're looking for, we're more looking for a breakdown and then correct. That way we can be assured for ascending, and then to the upside, right? That's what more of what I'm looking for. But I can still be sure that it's going to go to the upside. We can kind of see a wedge here, a huge wedge. And I'll be looking to take opportunities here. Euro GBP. Euro GBP, can't really read it. It's hard to read because of this big wick here. So whenever there is a huge quick up and down, I wouldn't be sure to say the flow of the market is going a certain way because of this big wick. I would just leave it alone, wait, and then reread the market direction, and then be assured for entry positions. Right now for this one, Euro NZD is creating more of a correction. I wouldn't want to enter this. I wouldn't want to bet with this right now. I wouldn't even want to touch the top. It's just a huge, big correction. At any moment, it can just break out the line and just continue. Right? But let's leave that alone right now. I don't like how big of a mess here is. But if I were to bet, I wouldn't bet up right now because everybody is probably betting up when it hits the trend line. So when everybody's betting up, the market is going to go down. So let's just wait for it, continue to monitor it, and see what happens. Euro USD, waiting for commitment. Pretty sure. So what's going on here? What's going on right now is you have a line here, breakout, creating a flag. Not really a flag, it's just two touches. But you can kind of see an impulse, and then this is kind of considered a correction, continue to go down. Now, I don't feel assured that it's going to continue to go down. So what do? You wait, right? You wait for it to create another flag. Then when it goes down, then you can be sure to say, okay, correction after another correction. If I see opportunities here, I'll take it. But right now, there's nothing. What do we see here? Right now, I can kind of see a commitment here for GBP AUD. So let's flip it back. You can kind of see a correction here, right? A correction on this end. Here. So correction on this end, followed by, what do we see? A flag, impulse, correction, continuation, another correction. I would take this to the upside. Flip this, you can kind of see this. But when I'm entering this, I'm also looking for a correction here, right? A correction here for it to go up. This is good. This is more of like a correction here right now. But what I don't want to see, what I do not want to see in this area is this. I don't want to see in the impulse down, because this can create something else. Bam, hit TP. So you really have to be careful. You really have to read the lines of this area. Really have to be careful with it. Kind of read your situation, not just enter. Because when you enter, it's not going to work out good for anybody. Because we can't take 9% opportunity here, so we don't want to mess that up. So let's see. So if it comes down a little bit more, then you see a huge correction. I would take that, right? I'll take that to the downside. Let's see. Next one, GBP CAD. There's no commitment here. I wouldn't even want to enter this. If it goes down, I probably wouldn't even want to enter that. But it may just break out, and I will look for opportunities here and here. GBP Swiss, right? So what happened with Swiss is that I wanted to see whether or not this will go up. But what do we see here, right? If we break down the market, first thing I see is a gap, that's already a red flag. That shouldn't even let you consider to enter. Then what I see was a follow by a correction. right? But in this correction, what happened was it did create a channel. So I was like, okay, the channel looks pretty good. But number one, there's a gap here. When there was a gap here, it created a flag now. Right now it's creating a flag. If market opens, I would just get out. It's better if I get out because this is considered an impulse. This is more considered a correction. It's easy downside on the flag. But this is pretty much it right now. I wouldn't want to enter anything. It's really nothing to enter right now. I already went over it, so I am kind of lazy at going over all these other pairs. It's pretty volatile right now on the market because I was looking at USD JPY, and man, usually it's like 30 pips or 25 pips, but that right there, it got me. It just went over, then it's just spam up. So that took an L on me. So we'll be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs right now, and that's what we're gonna monitor. I'm not really entering this one. I'm really just letting it play out. But GBP AUD, I am looking for opportunities here. I do kind of see a trend in this area. GBP JPY, I do kind of see something here. If it goes up, correct, I will enter. AUD, more so the double top, see opportunities on the top. CAD JPY, more of a monitor. AUD USD, more so of monitor and watch for opportunities, so as well as AUD CAD. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and press the subscribe button and turn on the noti bell. If it gives you some value and it gives you some insight, this is my first video. We're going to continue to do midweek breakdown. If I enter anything, we'll show you why I entered, and how I entered. So thank you so much for watching. Peace.